Hi, I'm Fern. This is my lovely assistant, Fern. Today, me and Fern are going to show you about IK, just a little bit, so you can better understand it. So, what does it stand for? Inverse Kinematics. I'm going to butcher that word all throughout this, so don't mind me at all, please. Thank you very much. I'm retarded. So, anyways, what can I show you? Well, I can show you that if you have a thing where you have control over the children, and they counter control the parent. So in this case, the foot controls the calf, controls the general thigh, controls the hips, controls the body from there up. Same thing with the hands. Oh, didn't mean to grab all of her. She can be pulled along to the hips because this allows hip to hip movement. The funny thing is, she'll move a lot like I would if I control her and myself at the same time. Try to keep her straight as I would be. So your full body tracking essentially overrides a certain amount of tracking that would normally be handled by the FK. So your FK essentially is what would normally drive you if you're not in full body. So if you're on the desktop, each of the bones are dragged from the middle going out. IK, everything is dragged from the outer edges going back in with your hips still controlling. So your hips work as an FK, so boom chicka boom chicka boom chicka boom like that, and drag the rest of your body. If they didn't, only your hips would move and your shoulders and all that wouldn't sway with you. So that's an FK. An IK is quite simply when your hands move, as most of us who have headsets know, they move everything. If you drop your controller to the ground, your character acts goofy. Hey, if you set your controllers down and you don't have hand tracking, it acts all kinds of goofed. But as you can see, they don't outstretch your limbs. So, why don't they? Well, that's because the FK and your controller runs away. Okay, your FK is still the master, aka the parent, to each of the childs. So, with each one successfully going down one more layer, you get a back and forth push and pull between the FK and the IK, with the FK being the parent and the IK being the child. So when the children drive, it looks like this. When the parents drive, it looks mostly like this. So that's why if for example SlimeVR, which is what I have, when you move side to side, you might drift a little across your feet even if you're not walking. The sensors are quite good at picking up what's trying to be done. And then my phone rings. Okay, so anyways, before we were so rudely interrupted by the phone call, I'm going to reach down to my waist controller, which is the root of all of what's going on. And notice how this is, when you tweak this controller about, your avatar really goes crazy. Then your chest kind of has the same effect to a degree. My hands would obviously do this. As on my legs, they cause this. Now, I'm tweaking this manually with my hand rather than moving my leg, and you'll notice that my foot's coming up anyways. The controllers know how far apart my ankle and my feet are, but it doesn't care, because as that is the FK, where the knee is dragging the foot. You would not want to see that stretch and elongate way beyond what it's capable of. Just like I can pull this as torsion ball that's on here way away from the character, but doesn't matter because ultimately the arm can only be so long. So I hope that makes a little bit of sense out of what we've been looking at today and gives you a better understanding of how your avatar is driven by a full body tracking set. Thanks for listening today. And lastly, if you want to come play around in a world that uses IK primarily as the mover for everything, and you only need to look up my name, FJRN, that's Fjrn, in VR chat, and you will find my mini worlds. This one is called the Dorokolokai Dollhouse and Tavern, and it's about 400 megabytes, so it's a little bit of a wait to get a download if you're slow, not so bad if you're not. Right? We have well, these lovely creatures. We have a Mamagen, we have some hyenids, we got a couple of warfare machine models, there's a Renamon up there, and a couple other things. You can even grab a speeder bike, take over there, and go zipping around the world manually. Of course, they don't actually drive, but nonetheless, a fun place to come check out all this weirdness, and all the characters have these sorts of mechanisms on them, so you can try out how IK does, should, and will work in accordance to the things you do. And if you come in here, you can have a nice dance all to yourself or with your friends. And I have all of these creatures in small form up on the table over there, and big form scattered around the bar. So anyways, as the best thing to do with your full body tracking is have fun.